Hello artists, in this tutorial I will show you how to register your paper for a multicolor screen print using the pins and tabs method. Before you begin, get your supplies together, get the transparency of your image that I made for you, get 4 sheets of printing paper, and grab a base. You don't need your screen in place for this part, but if it's there already, that's fine. You can see these screens hinge on these clamps. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is grab our printing paper. I have it cut for you 16 by 20 inches. Lay it smooth side up in those taped out corners. That looks good. Next, grab your transparency and lay it on the paper. This will tell you where the final image will go. We use this for registering each stencil, and it's important that you have it where you want your screen print to go. So mine is a little bit smaller than yours. I think I want olive right in the middle. If I want to get really precise, I can get a ruler and measure that it's even, but for this demo, I'll just eyeball it. Okay, that looks good. So we need this transparency attached to the base. Obviously with the paper here, we can't tape it down. So I'm going to get some spare drafting film to bridge that gap, and I'll lay it down like that. Some tape here, so tape that down. And then tape your transparency to that. This creates a hinge that we can use to then fold that over. This will always stay attached to your board. Like I said, this is how we register each stencil, so you don't want to rip it off between prints or anything. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to fold that over. Next, I'm going to grab these tabs. I have a bag of them. You need 2 tabs per piece of paper. And you can see on these tabs that there is a perfect circle hole, and then there's a lozenge shaped hole. So what we're going to do is get some tape, and you're going to put tape on the lozenge shaped hole like that. Do not tape over the circle hole. And we will get tape on the other one like that. Okay. Next step, we're going to slide these under the paper. So this is sticky side up right now. You can see that I want it to stick to the back of my printing paper. And I'm just going to tape that down so that is sticking out like that. You don't want this so far over that it's actually under your hinge, because that'll prevent the hinge from coming all the way down. You want your screen to be making contact with the paper when it's time to print. So I'll put the other one over here, and then just push down so that those are stuck. Next, grab your pins. You can see these, there's a little raised bit. Lift up your paper a bit and then pop the pin through that circle hole of the tab that's there. Like that. So now we need these pins attached to your board. So I'll get some tape. Like that. So like the transparency, the pins stay attached to your board, the tabs stay attached to your paper. So that is our first sheet of paper registered. We register the first one a little differently than the next ones. So what I want you to do is carefully pop these tabs off the pin and check the back, make sure they're securely taped on. So for the next sheets of paper, sheets 2, 3, and 4, we're going to do it a little differently. Our pins are down already. We don't want those to move. So get the next set of tabs, get your tape sticky side up, pop it on your pin. Again, sticky side up, so we don't want to tape the pin to the board. Get your next sheet of paper, smooth side up. Use the tape to make sure your paper is roughly square in the frame. Slide it around if needed. That's good. And then just press. Use the tab to pull your paper up. Don't just rip it off, because you'll untape these immediately. Make sure that tape is secure. Looks good. So repeat that step for sheets 3 and 4. Tabs down, sticky side up, get your paper, pop it down. And that's it. That is how you register paper with the pins and tab method.